Hello and welcome to a new video from K-Filmer.de. I am currently at IFA 2024 in Berlin, and in front of me is the X11H from TCL, here in the 98-inch variant. This TV has been announced and will be available in 98 inches and 85 inches. It is suspected that by October or November it will be ready. What is special about the device? The device has a maximum brightness of over 6,000 nits, and not just a maximum brightness that is nice for color representation, but also to retain details and to see these highlights beautifully. Rather, the device has here in this version with 98 inches over dimming zones. In each dimming zone there are several mini LEDs that can be individually controlled, and TCL does not shy away from this comparison to OLED. I am here in a relatively bright hall with light sources behind me that can reflect, and we see that even though outside there are somehow scenes where, for example, so I would say that cutout objects are completely dark all around, and this black now, as I see it subjectively, one simply perceives this black as black. And if you were, for example, in a living room where there are no distracting light sources behind, you would probably perceive it that way, without a halo effect, without any afterglow or similar issues. As I mentioned, I think I already pointed this out, right? So the 98-inch model has dimming zones, while the 85-inch model has them as well. And because of this, as I said, the maximum brightness is, I believe, exactly 6,200 nits or so. Here we have the very large model, and behind us we have the 85-inch model. As mentioned, the picture performance here, if one had to judge it quickly, is truly magnificent. And she doesn't know if people here could notice the difference, or any difference, whether it is an OLED or not, where everything can be controlled pixel perfect. The devices have a maximum refresh rate of 144 Hz at full 4K resolution, or 240 Hz at full HD. All important standards like Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos are included. I don't know if it also supports DTS sound formats, but that should be possible. I would need to check the specifications again. What else do we have? HDMI 2.1, of course, as an interface, which is extremely important. Now let's take a look at the form factor from the side. We have a really flush, very slim or very thin design here, and it measures just 21 centimeters. We need to think. So here, as mentioned, when you talk about the large device with multiple dimming zones, each dimming zone has a few mini LEDs. So fitting all of that in is quite an impressive feat. The device, or the XK, may come, or it could also be that it is called C, as it might inherit the C from this year. CCI is still not entirely sure about that. As mentioned, these devices are expected to hit the market in October or November. Super interesting. And I can also easily imagine that one or another person, instead of, for example, if someone is really setting up a proper home theater with a very expensive and high quality processor, they will choose such a device depending on how much it will cost. Because over here, I can maybe quickly show you, if I see quickly back there, that the world's largest QD Mini LED TV quantum dot is also included. So the quantum dot technology for the great color representation. And if we now take, for example, this world's largest 115-inch TV with, so it has this X could then be, as mentioned, the series that I just showed. And this model is already priced higher to obtain, I believe. And one can slowly calculate how much, for example, the smaller devices will cost. Thank you very much for your attention. Hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Feel free to give a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and of course, leave a greeting or maybe a question in the comments. You can also find more information about the new devices on K-Filmer.de. Until the next video.